because, I mean,
This started in August with the MoveOn.orgs. They call for vigils across the country when Bush was vetoing the funding bill, when they tried to put with, timelines on it. But our little chapter of Move On decided that we were very tired of standing around in the dark with candles with ourselves, and it didn't do any good. So we decided to do visible vigils. So we put 5 places across the state the first time with banner drops and signs from 4:30 to 6:30. All overpasses and traffic lights where there was a lot of traffic. And we just wanted to get people just honking to let other people know that there were lots of people who felt the same way. And it was really interesting when we started, because no one would honk, and then one person would honk, and then everybody would honk. And in East Providence, it was so loud, the noise was so loud, that the neighbors called the police about the noise, and the police came and said, but you're not making the noise. It's the people who agree with you, and they were fine and left and let us stay. So people were really energized by it because they got a lot of reaction. So we decided to do another one, and we did 10 sites in the state, so that and then by that time it wasn't just Move On, we had all the peace groups going and lots of company. So if you, for example, flew into Rhode Island and were going to Bristol, you would have hit like 6 or 7 sites. If you came down from Boston, same thing. So we felt that we really covered the state, and the response once again was really great. And we began to think that we were giving people courage and not to be intimidated, and realize that there were tons of people who hated the war. And one of the 10 sites was here. And Lowry Marshall and Bob Haken were the first ones. This was a convenient site for them.
I've been coming out here since the first day. We've been here for, I think, over 2 months now, every week on Wednesday. And we've seen an incredible growth in the number of people, students, older people, all people of compassion who long for peace. And it's been a very gratifying thing to see that when a conversation is begun, which may begin only with someone blowing their horn to say, yes, I agree, over time people come to this movement and realize that they can speak, that their voice does mean something, that they don't have to sit in their living rooms and curse the television set. So we're here, and we're here to stay.
And they began to get a couple of students. So when they started, they only had about 3 Brown students and a couple of adults. But then, as school got going, they got a few more Brown students, and then they got the counter-protesters who came, and in some ways actually galvanized people into action, because the crowd just grew and grew. More students, we've got like probably 15 students for it now, and the same pathetic 5 that have been against it. We've gotten a lot of adults. We've even had professors from Brown join us. And every once in a while, you'll hear a professor come up to Lowry and say, this noise is unacceptable. I'm trying to teach, and she said, it is very noisy, but imagine what it must be like in Iraq, the inconvenience of it all. It might be a little noisy there, and it might be a little awful when your family's dying, so let's put up a little noise to let people express how they feel. So that's kind of how it got started. I have been here for 10 weeks every week, and every week it's grown. Now I think we have to get a new message beyond honking. If you want to end the war and get out here and do something.
I just feel that there's a choice, and it's to do nothing or to do something. And I am compelled to do something, because I am not going to do nothing. We are going to move this thing along, and we are going to get our troops out of Iraq.